Friends, what is the difference between an iPhone 13, which is the 2021 model, versus the iPhone 14, which is the 2022 iPhone model? Both of them look almost the same, though I will point out one physical difference between the two of them by the end of this video. If you can guess it right away, comment and tell me. But there is one physical difference which is very prominent between the two of them. But if you are to compare performance, both of them run the A15 Bionic chip, which is the same processor. Both of them have the same display. Both of them weigh almost the same, though the 14 is probably just a little lighter, but the difference, let me list it out for you. It's 6.14 ounces here versus 6.07 ounces here. So that's the difference. The battery life on the 14 is rated to be slightly more than the 13, but again, we are splitting hairs with the difference over here. There are few notable differences in camera. The 14 series has the photonic engine, which improves mid to low light camera performance. The difference between the camera performance of a 14 versus a 13 will not be as huge, but a bit difference between a 13 and a 14 Pro would be a little more. But nevertheless, the photonic engine comes with the 14, which gives you slightly more low light performance over here. The much touted, the much advertised crash detection is available on the 14 as well, not just the 14 Pro. So you have a high G-force accelerometer over here, which can do crash detection. I hope you never have to put it to test, but good to know that that feature is available over here. In terms of camera features, when you are shooting something using the 14 camera, when you go to cinematic mode, now you have the 4K option. In the 13 series, if you went to the camera settings and tried cinematic mode, you would be limited to a full HD setting, which you can see over here. I can't change. So that's another thing. If you go to video, there is now a action mode, which you can see over here, which can shoot action mode videos. And let me show you a sample at 2.8K resolution. So that again is a camera feature on the 14, which is missing on the 13. If at all you're looking to buy a 14 over a 13, probably these two camera settings are the biggest difference which you will notice. Another difference which will help you as your device ages is that the 13 has 4 GB of RAM and the 14 has 6 GB of RAM. Not that the iPhone, even the older ones like my 12 mini, have been struggling with RAM, but it's good to know that this has 50% more RAM, which means that if you're planning to keep your iPhone for a long time, it would definitely perform better. The GPU cores is another difference. The 13 series, which is the older one, has 4 GPU cores, and the newer one, 14, has 5 GPU cores. So that's another minor difference over here. So if you are getting a good deal on the 13, I would highly recommend go and get one. But if you are still on the 12 series and want to upgrade, maybe you could directly upgrade to a 14 series if you're getting a good deal. Both have significantly better battery life than the 12 series or anything before the 12 series. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Do comment and tell me which iPhone do you currently use or which iPhone you are planning to buy. That would help me make videos which are very relevant to you. Okay, folks, before we go, remember I told you there is one physical difference between these two devices. So that, my friend, is in the flash. So if you look at the flash module on the 13 over here, you would see two distinct dots or a different pattern compared to the flash module on the 14, which looks a little more unified, slightly different, but the difference is easy to call out. Did that help? Do you know any other difference which I am missing? Do let me know in comments.